Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Cougar House Garage. Today, we're working on an 87 Toyota. This will be a nice cool change of pace. We're so used to working on show trucks. Alright, so straight axle previously, got to change the front springs, front shocks. We got new 5-inch springs for the front and rear right here, trail gear stuff. Shackles, mounts, sloped hangers for the rear because that's the new kit for the bigger springs. Brake lines obviously. But yeah, this broke on the dude. Drove 150 miles. He was over Wheeling in Ellensburg with it broken like this. That's why, in my opinion, you always drive them on a trailer to the trail. You don't drive them by themselves, because then if this happens, it's very, very stressful and you got to do crazy stuff like this to get home. Woo boy. We're getting this all changed out for the owner. Ugh. Okay, so first things first, we're getting it up on the lift. We gotta wait for a rear sloped hanger mount. So we're gonna start on the front, get the front new leaf springs on and shocks on and move forward from there. So let's do it, guys. Cue the music. all finished up for the day, guys. Toyota looks really good. We pulled off those factory, well, I think they're aftermarket leaf springs that are bent pretty bad. Like that one looks decent, but this one's like a W. But yeah, so we got it changed out to the Trail Gear 5-inch leaf springs with their shackles and the 14-inch Bilstein shocks. And the customer gave us Trail Gear extended brake lines too. I'm going to tell them you need to fix that hard line that goes to it in case a limb or something gets into that. That needs to be repaired. That bolt needs to be changed out to a shorter one that's in the knuckle. A 6-shooter. And then let's see what else. This factory spring hanger is, or not factory, this is some weird aftermarket one. I'm going to advise them to put a Sky Manufacturing leaf spring hanger on it. I really like using Sky products. They're right here in Oregon, so I order them. They come in 2 days, if not a day. And then it's also made in America, high quality fabricated products. So I really like using Sky. Hit them up for any of your Toyota parts. Try to avoid Trail Gear the best you can. They used to be made in America, but now every single part they manufacture is made in China. So I don't like supporting that kind of stuff. I like supporting American made. But yeah, guys, we're looking really good here. Got the front pretty much buttoned up, what the customer wanted us to do. And now we'll get moving on to the rear tomorrow. Or actually a couple days. Got the holiday to hang out with right now. But yeah, the customer drove this 150 miles like this with this ratchet strap dog toy. His spring pack came apart on him in Ellensburg, so quite the drive dealing with that. Ugh. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and in a couple days actually, and we'll continue working on the Toyota. Catch you guys then. Picking back up on the Toyota this morning, guys. We got some new parts in because the other spring hanger is really nasty. So we got a new spring hanger in from Skies. We got this already chopped off. We still have to cut this plate. It's nasty from something before. You know, to cut this off would take like 4 hours, wasting time. We're not going to do that to our customer. We're just going to cut it flush, grind it smooth, and lay a couple passes here. Get that installed, and then over here we got new U-bolt flip kit from Sky Manufacturing, our homies down here in Oregon. I love using their products. Hit them up for anything you need for your Toyota, your OBS Ford, any of your four-wheel drive projects, really. So, all right, guys, so now that we got all this stuff unboxed, we're going to go ahead and get all this installed. We also flipped the leaf springs around. It really weirded me out because the center pin there is 2 inches forward. And this is already a little bit forward from its factory position because this is not, you know, obviously not a factory solid axle. The other spring hanger that came off there was forward a little bit. But these are 2 inches forward, so it kind of really freaks us out a little bit here, but that's how they're supposed to be. The military wrap is supposed to be on the front, so when you get Trail Gear leaf springs, it's the pin's 2 inches forward to push your axle forward a little bit, so that way you got more room for tires, obviously. So, all right, guys, let's get all this done. We're looking really good. We got the front end all finished up. Front end's complete now. We got our leaf springs switched around. The pin on the trail gear leaf springs pushes your axle 2 inches forward, so it weirded us out. But the military wrap is supposed to go on the front. So we got that switched around. And then we also got the Sky Manufacturing, Sky's Off-Road Design, they call themselves both names, spring hanger installed. This first plate here was really nasty before, so we stitched it, and it was just welding really gross, so we weren't really happy about it. But we got that installed and complete. I need to Scotch-Brite it and paint it. Got the U-bolt flip kit installed up front. Looking good. They sent us a square U-bolt for this part, but it was way too short. And I don't know, they said grind the housing, but man, you'd have to grind a bunch away, and that's just going to weaken up the housing. So I had a longer round one, which is just fine. This thing's a wheeler. This isn't no show truck, but that'll be nice and strong. So the front is complete. New 14-inch Bilsteins installed. Okay, so back here, we got the bent and broken leaf springs off. Like, look at that one. Totaled. It lost the overload spring and everything. There's the front spring hanger that was on it. Really nasty. But yeah, so back here we got that pulled off. This bolt fights you every single time. Super hard to get out. But we got that all undone. Leaf springs off each side. Got to cut these factory hangers off and the factory sloped hanger up front. Like this one, the fuel tank's in the way. To save time so you're not wasting a customer's money and spending lots of hours of time, you just cut it here, 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 and cut it off, and you leave those pieces on, because you're not going to get too close to cutting next to that fuel tank without being in a dangerous, stupid situation. But yeah, so painted that U-bolt flip plate for the rear. But yeah, we got new shock mounts for the rear here. Check it out. These are the factory ones. Pretty weak. That location will stay, but we'll put new ones on top of the axle tube. If we have to change the angle of those, we will, because the rear 5-inch springs press the axle back a little bit. Quite a bit, actually, than the factory, which is what we want. We want the wheelbase a little longer. These nice heavy-duty pack 5-inch trail gear rear springs. But yeah, we're looking really good. So now tomorrow, guys, we'll continue working on this. We got the rear stripped down, so that way we're ready in the morning to cut these parts off the rear and get the new sloped hanger welded on, and the rear hanger on there, and the rear leaf springs installed. So we'll catch you guys then, and we'll get this Toyota finished up. This is where we're at on the Toyota, guys. We got the front end completely assembled, looking really good. Sky's Off-Road Design, front cross member. They go by Sky Manufacturing or Sky Off-Road Design. But yeah, got that all installed, looks really, really good. Stitch welded it on because of how dirty this metal is. Got that looking really nice. It's a wheeler, so don't want to put too much time into it. The owner says I'd take it to beat it up, so just make it tough. So all put together. Trail gear 5-inch front springs, trail gear rear shackles, Sky Manufacturing or Sky's Off-Road Design front hanger, 14-inch Bilsteins, Sky's Off-Road front U-bolt flip kit. And then back here, guys, we're looking pretty good. I mean, we're just waiting on a couple parts. You know, we got this all set up. You know, back here, trail gear sloped hanger, had to trim it a little bit because of the way the XO is shaped. See the way it comes into the frame? So trim that up, got that tacked on. Skies off-road rear sloped shackle hangers, or rear shackle hangers, a few different names for them. But yeah, so we went to put the new Bilstein, or the Skies off-road lower shock members mounts on the axle tube, but the upper bolts will not fit through the Bilsteins. They're way big, so Sky makes a simple DOM cross member with some studs in it. So we ordered that, so that'll be here tomorrow. We ordered that because taking the time to bend up some dome, go get some studs machined, and that's not just a bolt welded to it, because welding a bolt to it is just hokey. Sky makes a little bolt like pin thing that they make for the shocks to go on, so way better than just doing something hokey. And that's why it came in, is for quality build out. And you know, it's just a beat up, but you know, you put the quality into the welding on the suspension and the way the shocks and all those pieces bolt on, and it'll wheel really good. So you don't want to do it halfway, you know what I'm saying? So we're looking really good. Just waiting for that cross member to come in the morning. Got the Bilsteins over here ready on a couple different sets here. It's a dirty old set, but he's got new ones in those boxes. Old leaf springs and stuff. But yeah, we're looking really good on the Toyota, guys. We'll get this stuff tomorrow, and then we'll get the rear buttoned up. We'll catch you guys then.